How's it going? It's me. Welcome to the garden. Let me take us over to our little spot that I have picked out, but I'll show you around the garden real quick. And then we'll find a little seat if that's cool. So hear me turn this camera around. Let's see, looks like we got Lori. Hey Lori. And Mike is here, famous Mike. Very good. So this is the suburbs. So there's kids playing. We're gonna hear kids out here. The audio is not gonna be, it's not gonna be crystal clear, but the garden is doing well. I counted, I'm not even gonna tell you. I guys got so many marigolds running right now. I'm becoming the marigold. These guys are screaming. These kids are screaming. I'm becoming the marigold titan of South Florida, if there ever was one. What I've learned is, and I'll have to do a video on this sometime, but I've learned that when these flowers start to dry out, you bust one of these open. In fact, I've got some dried out. I've got some dried out back there. Maybe we'll bust one open tonight, and I'll show you what's inside of it. But this is the little garden path that I've got built up for myself. Bird baths and bird feeders. I actually turned this bird feeder into a planter by putting marigold seeds in there. So let me go over here and sit down. I got a little tripod set up here on the back porch. Those kids are screaming. Okay, I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me okay from here? Believe it or not, that screeching sound is a little boy. His name is Robert. I might have to holler at him to stop screeching. He screeches like a little girl voice. Assuming you can hear me, I'm hoping the audio is okay. I'm gonna go to the live stream on my other phone here and look at the comments, because I sure as heck can't read them. That's for sure. I don't know how you guys can read those comments on the cell phone like that, you know? All right, let's go to the channel. Let's go to live. The garden party. Let's turn the volume down. Good, you can hear me. So, hey CL, how's it going? Very good. Let's scroll back and see what I missed. So, oops. I gotta be careful what I tap. Hey, can you guys hear me when I sit over here? Is this audio okay? You know, I have a little microphone that goes to that phone. A microphone that goes to that phone. I wonder if it's worth trying to use it. What would happen if I plug it in the middle of a live stream? Would that be a horrible idea? Mike is here. Never too crowded at the cool kids table. Very good. See, the thing is with these live streams on the cell phones, you can't put the comments on the screen, right? All right, let's see here. Hi Jen, how's it going? Hi Debbie Sue. Hi Mike, retiring Mike. Gen X is here, chilling. Now I know we're gonna get some trolls. And Tyler says he cannot hear me. You don't YouTube on your phone ever, I only use the TV or the iPad, yep. Allie says the audio here is good. Who's that man behind the bush? Love Elmas Pro. How you doing, man? Nice to meet you. Hey, Debbie Sue. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, I got here. Oh, Pops is here. Awesome. So Pops, this is the first of 2 live streams for tonight. All right, I want to try this microphone. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if I can plug this in the middle of a live stream. I'm going to try it. I'm going to plug it in. And we're gonna see, I'm gonna watch the comments and see if you can still hear me or hear me better. Because this is the mic that goes with it. This is one of these Hollyland, which is like a knockoff to DJI. And isn't that funny that somebody's knocking off the Chinese stuff? So DJI's the Rude and all those guys. So let me plug it in and let's see what happens to the audio, just to see. I don't know if this is working. Let me look at the comments. Are you guys hear me? Did it change anything? Did it go completely quiet? If you can't hear me, you got to tell me in the chat. If you can't hear me, you got to tell me in the chat. Actually, it sounds better. Okay, good. That's wonderful news. Good. So unfortunately, these Hollylands, they don't have the cool magnet, so I could put them, you know, somewhere cool. But that's okay. If you can hear me, that's what's important. Welcome to the back garden. The screaming. These kids are just screaming their heads off out here. So I was just saying to those of you who were at the beginning, as I did a little walk around the garden, maybe some of you saw it, maybe some of you missed it. I learned how to take apart a dried up flower head and pull out the seeds. So maybe I'll show you guys how to do that in a minute. But as a result, every single one of these marigold flower heads that have dried up and crusted, I took the seeds out, and you get 30 or 40 seeds. Robert, what are you doing? Come here. Are you about to run through my yard? You think my yard's Main Street? Which way are you supposed to go? Through the parking lot?
See, what happened was...
Uh-huh. See, what happened was, don't run through the yard. Go through the parking lot. Bye, Robert. Have a nice day. Kids, man. What are you going to do them? Can't live with them? All right, let's take a look at the chat here and see what's up. The kids yelling in the background is amazing, Tyler says. Yeah, it's going to drive me crazy. Lori has the power. She's going to ban you for saying you couldn't hear me, right? Yeah, I don't like not being able to read the chat here. There are some mosquitoes here, but I have my favorite weapon, which is Thermacell right here. If you guys don't know about Thermacell, it's incredible. It does a really good job of warding off bugs and mosquitoes. Hi, Mike the Adventurer. I am the Mr. Wilson of YouTube. That's funny. Oh my goodness, you guys. Give me ideas, Scott. Alive in our backyard paradise. Absolutely, why not, right? So the idea here was that Daniel's not able to go live at his regularly scheduled time, so I'm stealing it. But this idea also comes from Rob the Maritimer, where we were talking about dual mode. Remember we tried that experiment a while back, and it was horrible because it put you guys into two different chat groups, and the people on mobile couldn't see the people on desktop, and the people on desktop couldn't see the chat from the people on mobile. It was horrible. So Rob the Maritimer and I, we were talking about it, and we thought the best thing to do is to go mobile once in a while and go widescreen once in a while. So this is me going mobile. The idea is that you will definitely get more views. I got 5 times as many views on the mobile view as I did on the normal view. And it'll be a lot of people who've never been to the channel before, like that person, Moss, whatever it was, Moss Adventure or something like that. You'll have people visit you who've never come by before, but you'll also get trolls. It's like there's a positive and a negative, right? Where's Dennis? Like Dennis the Menace? Because I'm Mr. Wilson? I hate to say it, Tyler, but you're Dennis the Menace. You're Dennis. So, let me I'm gonna put this mic right here, and I hope you can still hear me. Maybe you can, but I barely made it out here in time because I get off work at 5, and Mrs. Escaping the Suburbs took off. And by the way, she said she was going to check in and see what the backyard live stream is like, so maybe she'll leave us a comment. So Mrs. Escaping the Suburbs, if you're watching, you better leave a comment and tell us you're here. I should text her and tell her that, because I know you guys would love to see her in the chat. My friend gave me some new pipe tobacco, and it is awesome. It's called Prince something, not Prince Albert. It's like some Virginia small blender. Why don't we try this stuff? It's called OVTC Ebony. I don't know. There are mosquitoes still buzzing around here a little bit. the Thermacel's not completely driving them away. The good news is, for the most part, I actually don't get bit by mosquitoes. I see them flying around and everything, but usually they usually don't bite me. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had the microphone down on the table. I'm gonna move that. I'll put it right here and let's see what happens. Hopefully I don't forget I put it there. The kids have sort of calmed down a little bit. Maybe they all went inside. Maybe they all went inside to get their dinner or to get some ice cream or something. So, Pop's wisdom. How have you been over there in Corpus Christi? Are things going well? This would be, with this pipe, it would be really nice if we could smell the live streams, right? Because you guys would probably love the smell of pipe tobacco. There is really nothing like the smell of a pipe. And I always liked it. Before I started smoking a pipe, I only been a pipe smoker for about 5 years or so. Pop's ears perked up as soon as I said that. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Mike, are you a pipe smoker too? That's cool. I didn't know that. Very good. Regular cigarettes have all kinds of extra chemicals and crap that they put in them to make them more addictive to people. It's really unfortunate. But the tobacco leaves that are used for pipes and cigars don't have any additives. They don't have any chemicals whatsoever. It's just dried leaves. They're a lot better for you. I know that's going to bug some people to hear me say that pipes and cigars are better for you, but they are better for you than cigarettes. Cigarettes are just horrible. Your great-grandfather smoked the pipe? Allie, do you remember that? Do you have memories of your great-grandfather? Because he must have been pretty young. I don't remember my great-grandfather, that's for sure. I remember my grandfather, and I have pictures of my great-grandfather. Hi, Yvonne. How's it going there? Good to see you. This is how you can tell I'm an actual wizard. You can call me Gandalf. You guys all know I love my Lord of the Rings, right? This is called a tamper. The first light just gets everything charred and ready to start to smoke. But when you first light the little shredded up leaves, they start to balloon up and blow up and fluff up a lot. So then you tamp them down a bit here and get them to a nice little bed of charcoals. That first light is really called the false light. And then this is the real light. Get some nice embers. I think one of the reasons guys like smoking a pipe is because they like playing with fire, and essentially you're tending a little miniature campfire in your hand here. Hey Daryl, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, it's a peace pipe, exactly. There's only one return, and that's of the Jedi. Wow, your great-grandfather was alive till you were 22? That's amazing. Yeah, I missed a question. Lori must have asked something. Oh, that's who talked to you about fishing. How cool. Lori said something, and then Pop said, I have not yet. Maybe one day soon. I'll be live with Old Mike Monday, and I think Arizona Mike Wednesday. That's cool. I'm doing a bunch of collabs. What did Lori ask you? Did I hear Metz is here? She said she was going to check in on the live stream. So, okay. So you asked him, "Do you ever go live?" And that's when he said, "I haven't yet." Okay, cool. Oh, Daryl had a video today. I didn't see that. I was working a lot today. I was quite busy with work. So I missed a lot of videos. Pam had a video come out today, and I didn't see it. I think Sally put out a video, but that might have been yesterday, one of her Wake Up Your Faith videos. Yeah, okay, good question, Tyler. I have my main iPhone right here, my daily use iPhone. I have a second iPhone that's older that I'm going live with another iPhone over there. So logged into YouTube on both of them. I went live on that one, but I set up the live stream yesterday morning from my desktop. So I scheduled it from desktop. And when you schedule it, you have to tell it if you're doing streaming software, desktop computer, or mobile. So I just selected mobile when I scheduled it, and then when I went live on the phone, I selected that scheduled live. So I'm going live into that one. That's why I was able to make the thumbnail and stuff like that. So I got my old phone and my current phone. You'll learn that pipe smokers relight their pipe about 800 times sometimes if they're talking a lot. If you're doing a lot of talking, you're chatting away, and pipe goes out. Which, one of the benefits of smoking a pipe is it causes you to talk less and listen more. So if you're sitting around with a bunch of friends and you're hanging out and you're smoking a pipe, it actually causes you to talk less and listen more. Daryl had a video. Everyone needs to check it out. I will do that, ma'am. 100%. Hey, Sally, how's it going? Good to see you in here. No, I don't have the Pocket 3, sir. Not out here. It's actually sitting on my desk, connected to my computer, ready to be the camera for tonight's real live stream. So we'll have, by the way, if you're watching this and you think you're watching the live stream at 8 o'clock, you got to get back out of it and go to the current one. Some people will be watching this later on a replay thinking it's live. That actually happened to John Ruddy. Last week, John Ruddy was watching a previous live stream, and he thought he was watching us live, and nobody was answering him or talking to him in the chat. He was actually just leaving comments on a pre-existing. I have a feeling something like that could happen tonight too. We very easily could be doing 2 live streams in the same night. People could be tuned into the 6 o'clock one after 8 o'clock when I'm live on the 8 o'clock, right? Pops, I would like to see a video like that. You make a video on all the benefits of cigars and pipes, I would 100% watch that one. There's a community called the YTPC, the YouTube pipe community. So there's a few hundred pipe smoking YouTubers, and that's the topic of their channel. You'd love to hear a bit about my day job. I have been working for a very large corporation that I won't say the name of it since 1997. I work in the IT department. I started out in the help desk. I was a youngin' and I got hired into the help desk. And then eventually what happens is you get really good at supporting 1 or 2 specific things at the help desk, so you kind of become the expert on that thing. So people always call you and say, hey, I'm having trouble with this one thing. Can you help me? And then you eventually get promoted up into what they call second level or second tier or whatever. Every company's got a different name for it. And I was pretty good and got really good at supporting engineering applications for our electrical and mechanical engineers. So I have been supporting our mechanical engineers, the guys who design the physical products, since, I don't know, 2002, 2003, something like that. But it's IT work. Pops, we could do porch to porch, pipe to pipe for our live stream. That would be pretty cool if you guys were both out on the porch, both of you with a pipe and a cigar for your collaboration. That would be pretty funny. Hey, Daryl, I'm looking forward to seeing your video after this live. Excellent. Yeah, me too. I'm going to watch it. Boy, I barely got a chance to eat. Got off work at 5. I made myself some Korean noodles, sweet and spicy Korean noodles, and wolfed them down, and I was watching the clock, and I mean, I finished up eating 5 minutes before I was scheduled to go live here tonight. And with some spicy food, too. I've got my sweet tea out here. We should do the simultaneous sip, right? Let's do the simultaneous sip. Is everybody ready for the unparalleled pleasure, the dopamine hit of the day? It's called the simultaneous sip. All you need is some kind of beverage container. Fill it with your favorite drink. I've got some Publix brewed diet sweet tea. And we will together do the simultaneous sip. Are you ready? Let's go. So good. Thank goodness I had that because it was some pretty spicy noodles. But that means that I drank my tea pretty quickly. So it's only about half full. But we will be refilling that before we go live again at 8. Hey, Daryl. Okay, I didn't get the dog yet. Oh, cool. I forget if you told us what the dog's name is. Do you got a name already, Perlman? Hello, Dana. Dana and Perlman are here. Hello, Curtis Knight. Nice to see you. How are you doing? Nice to have you in here. Posted up like a yard gnome. Very good, sir. Welcome to the backyard, land of wizards. Welcome to South Florida. It's going to be sunset in about an hour, but I'm only going to be live for another half hour or so. But we're doing a garden party out here, Curtis. Welcome to the garden party. Make some friends. There's a lot of cool people in the chat. I'll tell you a funniest comment. I saw a funny comment today. Guy was trying to be a troll. He was on a short. I did a short. I haven't done a short in a long time. But I did a short, and this guy said that I was like a lizard person trying to pretend to be human. That was so funny. I'll show you guys a screenshot of that when I go live at 8 tonight. I'll give you guys a screenshot of that comment. It was so funny. This guy looks like a lizard person pretending to be human. It was so funny. Dana's a ninja. Sitting beside me, petting the cat. She said hi on here, and I didn't even see her move. Wow. Hey, Granny, how's it going? Very cool. Granny's here. Granny's always going live from her garden, so now I'm live from my garden. Say hi to Granny. Every once in a while, there's a symbol before your comment that looks like a Chinese character, Japanese character. I wonder what that's all about. Some of you guys, different ones, like it says it on the Granny's. And I saw it a little while back. Somebody else has got the Japanese character. I wonder what that is. Maybe it's an emoji. No, it can't be an emoji because I see Granny's emojis. You guys are sitting together listening to Scott. You guys got nothing better to do? There's got to be something more entertaining. Is there a bird back there chilling? Oh, there's a dove right here. Can you guys see the dove? Oh, he just flew away. In the bird feeder, I've got 2 bird feeders out there. One of them is just outside of view. I could turn slightly and you'd see it. But I give those guys some red bird seed every morning. And cardinals, blue jays, mockingbirds, which is the Florida state bird. We get these really cute little finches. We get doves, of course. Every once in a while, a murder of crows will swing by, attack the place, and then take off and go somewhere else. And the cardinals are my favorite. Little male and female cardinal come down together, and they take turns eating while the other one stands guard and watches over them. It's so cute. Oh, really, Granny? You guys got overcasted. We have perfect weather, you guys. It's perfect weather right now. It is just gorgeous. 76 degrees. Slight breeze, just a little bit of breeze coming through here. It's romantic for Glenn and Data to be sitting next to each other on the couch listening to Scott. I can't think of anything more romantic. It's the most romantic thing ever. Every once in a while there'll be a plane will go over because there's a executive airport 5 or 6 miles that way. And my son works there. He refuels the corporate jets. at this place. There's a place called Banyan that they're like they're called like a forward operating base or something. So jets pull in and he helps refuel those guys. So whenever those guys fly over, I like to think, oh, he's going to see my son. It has been very windy, Granny. Earlier today we had some really, really strong wind, but it seems to have calmed down. Hello, Simple Savage. Welcome. Pull up a chair. Saved you a spot right here in the garden, buddy. Pull up a chair, grab something to drink. There's a cooler over here. Help yourself to a drink out of the cooler. Uh-oh, let's see what he wrote. Yeah, Bubba Gar. Lori, gotcha. No need to talk like that. No need to talk like that. This is a family-friendly garden. See, that's what you get when you go live on vertical mode mobile. You get those folks. Talked to Radar for like 3 hours today. Wow. Getting ready for hunting. Wow. 3-hour talk. That must have been a nice chat. I love sitting around together on a cheap date. That's funny, Jen. Oh, what kind of tree is that? The one right behind me? I have no idea. I don't know. I planted it. You think I would know? I don't remember. I could walk over there with my phone and take a picture and then it would tell me, right? Hello, everyone. Good. Oh, Gracielo's here. Awesome. I saw your comment earlier today, and as I replied to you, I hope you make it to the live stream, so it's very nice to see you. Looks similar here today. Beautiful morning sky. So what has it got to be coming up on noon for you? It's got to be close to midday already, right? Everybody's saying hi to Gracie. It's a good dancing background. Oh, you had a windy fishing trip. When it gets real windy like that, the water gets all choppy and stuff. Does it make it harder it's harder to find the fish, right, Sally? You don't want to be fishing in the wind, right? Pop's got to head to the house. Gonna maybe possibly keep listening when you drive, but can't. That's what I do too. I put on a live stream of somebody and I just can't comment because I'm driving. Usually Sally or somebody. Is it a Gandalf pipe? You would definitely think so, right? My pipes are way cooler than Gandalf's pipes. This pipe was actually part of a set that was discovered in a Italian pipe making factory that had closed down, and there was a bunch of blanks. I think this company is called ROPP, R-O-P-P. This one's called the Gargantua because it is enormous. It's huge. It's about double the volume of a typical pipe. I thought it was Italian, but now that I think about it, this might be Swedish or Norwegian or something. But anyway, there was a factory, a pipe factory that closed, and all these pipe blanks just sat on the shelves for decades, and the wood just sat there drying out and drying out. And then finally somebody bought the building, recovered the pipes and stuff, and I bought one of them. I got way too many pipes. Maybe we'll do a pipe show and tell on the live stream. I'm inside. That'd be pretty fun. I shot at the range today in the wind. The weather is never nice in Pittsburgh, maybe 3 days a year. That's good training though, right? Good training to be out shooting in the rain, shooting in the wind. You learn exactly what your 7mm does in all different conditions. My fig has been full of beautiful rainbow lorikeet. All gone now, figs and birds, but others arrive. Is it buffering for everybody? That's interesting. We're just sitting on a cell phone outside, so I wouldn't be surprised at all. Oh, the wind is your friend when you're fishing? So it's better to fish with the wind and a little bit ripply water? Why is that? Does it make it harder for the fishies to see you? Is that why? Interesting. You have a similar pipe like this? One of these big gargantuans? Cool. Oh, 8:30. That's still pretty early. You're in Melbourne. That must be further west than I'm thinking. It's not way over on the west coast, right? Melbourne is... Isn't Melbourne further up north of Sydney? It's like Melbourne, um, Canberra, and then... No, Sydney, then Canberra, then Melbourne. Isn't that how it goes? And then on the west coast is like Perth or something, I think. I forget. I don't know. Okay, good. No buffering for Perlman. Very good. Awesome. I hear the little birdies back there. I hear the what do you call those things? Doves. I hear the dove back there. Well, let me show you what I was talking about at the beginning of the live stream, the marigold seed harvesting trick. I'm going to show it to you now. Let me put this down. Try not to drop everything on the ground. Starting my Thursday, Hank, my old dog, has vet specialist visit soon to eye surgeon. Poor guy has blood behind his eye. Oh my goodness. Wow. All right, everybody, remember, be praying for Graciella's puppy dog on his vet specialist visit. All right, let me go. Where can I put this? Where's a good place to put this? I'll just put it down here. I'm going to get a marigold thing so I can show you what I'm talking about. Oh, I'm pulling a Daniel, right? I forgot. That's right. I'm pulling a Daniel. All right, so maybe I'll take you over and show you the marigolds first, just so you'll know what I'm talking about. Let's take a little journey, guys. Let me hit the that button there. All right, so I have over 50 planted pots with little marigolds growing, and there's one, there's one, there's one, there's one back there, there's one over there that's up on a stand, there's one there. So here's a full-blown, full-grown marigold setup. Here's another one of my big old overflowing marigold guys. And so, let's see if I can get down here and show you. They look beautiful when they're real big like this, right? They're nice, beautiful orange and yellow heads, and some of them are orange and some of them are yellow. It's just genetics. And you could take seeds out of a yellow one and get an orange flower, and take the seeds out of an orange one and get a yellow flower. So you never know what you're going to get. But then after a while, the flower starts to die off and look kind of like that. And then a little bit later, if you wait a little bit longer, it starts to look kind of dried out like that. What you want to do is you want to wait till they get really, really, really dried out. And if you, let's see, turn that around. If you wait until they're really crispy brown, they'll actually come off right in your hand. Let me set this back down. Where did I have this? Pretty close to there? Right about there, I think. And so when they come, if you wait until they're really crispy brown, they'll be like a really, really dark, not dark, but like a light brown like this. Now, all right, what can I do with my microphone here? Can I clip this on my shirt for a second? Maybe it'll stay. Yeah. All right, so this is one, if you wait until they're dead and dry enough, they'll literally pop right off the stem in your hand without any effort. So if you go to pull on it and there's resistance and it doesn't want to come off, wait another few days until it gets really brown. And then all you really have to do is just pull off the head. This little, see, that's the part where it got pulled off the stem. Up here on the head where the flower used to be, you just pull this out and look what I got. A whole ton of marigold seeds. There's going to be 30 or 40 little seeds like this inside that little capsule. And I probably only got half of them out. There's still another half in there again. So what I'm going to do with these is I'm just going to throw these randomly into the yard. Because I literally have, yeah, so if I break open the rest of this, there's still another 20 or 30 of those little seeds inside there. Right? So I have, let's grab this thing again. I have been basically harvesting my little marigold flower heads, and each flower head goes into its own new flower pot. I'll just get some nice soil, which is hard to find good soil now. And each flower head becomes a pot. And I'm telling you, there's 55 flower pots around this garden now of small little marigold clusters, right? Those little piles of 30 or 40 seeds. Obviously, some of them won't go off, but most of them do. And you'll get a cluster, like the big gigantic cluster I saw you in the bucket there. That'll be 2 months later. You'll have that. So I probably got 5 or 6 generations of marigolds growing in various pots and various locations all over this garden now. Now, why do you like marigolds so much, Scott? Simultaneous sip. Why do I like marigolds? Because bees like marigolds. And I like bees. I like the honeybees. And we have a lot of honeybees in South Florida here. They come flying from all over the place. Butterflies also like them. And Allie is right. Gopher turtles love them, but there are not going to be any gopher turtles coming through my yard. So, yeah. I'm enjoying the marigolds. Butterflies love them. Bees love them. And I like those guys. All right, let's get caught up on the chat here. You can do better with certain baits like chatterbait and spinnerbait in rough water. Okay, very good. Thank you. Lori, thank you for your love of the Shire Leaf has made your mind slow. He's a Lord of the Rings quoter there, right? Lori, thanks for staying on top of those guys. I knew I picked the right person to be my moderator. I've been watching a guy surf fish on Amelia Island. I'm so ready for vacation. Amelia Island is just so beautiful. It's incredible. Australia is waking up to Thursday. We're down southeast under Sydney and Canberra. Okay, so I had it upside down. You guys are down south of Canberra. Sydney's the one that's up there. We're by the sea. Perth is way west. I got that part right. Big continent island, and up north is tropical. Queensland, northern. Very good. Gopher turtles love marigolds. Good to know. Listening while making a fresh pot of coffee. You really are starting off your Thursday the right way. And Tyler wants to say, thank you guys for everything. We do love you, Tyler. 100% correct, Lori. Absolutely. All right, now we have our little miniature campfire in your hand, which has gone out. That was quoting Saruman to Gandalf. Your love of the halfling's leaf has slowed your mind. It's in the movies, not in the book. Whoops. So speaking of dirt, it's hard to get good dirt. I spent extra money on a couple of bags, organic raised bed and garden soil from Miracle Grow. It was like $8 or $9 a bag. It's still full of sticks and leaves, man. You cannot get dirt that's not 10% sticks and leaves. And you look on the ingredients list on the back and it says forest products. Forest products is their way of saying, you got a bunch of crap. And, you know, the problem with that to me is that the water drains through it much faster. The soil does not retain the moisture as well, so you end up having to water so much more often. I'll water in the morning. I come out here and water everything just about every single morning. And by the time I come back out after lunch, things are dry. And by the time the next morning's coming around, some of the plants are actually starting looking wilty, and so I have to re-water everything, and it wakes it all back up again. Yeah. Wonder where all the kids went. They got all quiet, didn't they? It's a little breezy out here. The smoke ring's kind of really want very, very still air for smoke rings to work. Sometimes you can get smoke rings to come out of the pipe. See if I can get that. No, it's too windy. It's blowing away. Did you ever use vermiculite? I don't know what that is. You'll have to tell me. Tell me what is vermiculite, Glenn. Allie says, I need to read the books again. Well, that's my secret, Cap. I'm always reading the books. I literally always have a copy of The Lord of the Rings going. My move is to read The Hobbit and then read all 3 books of The Lord of the Rings and read the appendix at the end. People see the appendix and they think it's just a bunch of notes, but there's actually quite a lot of stories, fun stories to read at the end of The Lord of the Rings in the appendix. You'll find stories that'll tell you what happened to Merry and Pippin after everything was over. Tells you the full story of what happened to Aragorn and Arwen. If you want to know what happened to Gimli and Legolas, that's all. What happened to Sam and his children. You want to learn who became the mayor of the Shire. It's all. You want to learn where dwarves came from. Would you like to know where dwarves came from? It's all in the appendix. And then after I finish that, I read the Silmarillion. And then after that, usually I go back and start over again with The Hobbit, because it's usually been about a year by then. You can't renew your membership. That's weird, Gracie. You should be able to. Go to the join page. It's an additive that holds water. You put it in the soil. It holds water until your plants use it. I never heard of that. Yeah, Jen, that's what he's saying. It helps retain the water. I will look into that. Vermiculite. Thank you for telling me about that, Glenn. That's good to know. I never heard of such a thing. I never heard the like. I wish you guys could see these butterflies. There's butterflies all over. There's this hedge here between me and the next property over. There's a hedge of, oh my goodness, what is the name of that bush shrub? Granny and Allie would know. It's the stuff that grows really fast and puts down roots and then drops down more roots. And if you leave it too much, it'll grow underground and destroy the foundation of your house. What's that called? Man. Anyway, butterflies like it. We get a butterfly here called the fritillary or fritillary. I forget how to say it. But it looks like a monarch. It's orange with black like a monarch butterfly, but they're smaller. It's the Florida fritillary or fritillary or something like that. But they're really pretty. They look like monarchs. And we get zebras, which are yellow and white stripes. That's the Florida state butterfly. And we get those a lot. Yep. I went to the main page. It says something weird like, until the owner of the channel recognizes my first paid membership. Huh, that's really weird. No, not Rosa Sharon. It's, good guess. It's a shrub. It's a bush. And they grow up as big trees if you let them. It's just outside of camera range, but I forget. Oh, now it worked? Okay. Well, that's good, Gracie. Thanks. And now your name is Green. Thank you for becoming a member again. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. I need to make another members-only video, don't I? That'd be fun. Let's make a members-only video this week, Scotty. There is a really cool nature center my son was telling me about. He went to it today with a friend of his, and it's down in Pembroke Pines, so maybe 15 miles south of here. But it looks like a really nice place with a boardwalk. I think I need to go explore that on Saturday. What do you think? You guys want to go? Should I make a video when I go out there? Saw a really neat video today from some YouTube guru guy who was, I don't know if he's good or not. I don't know if he knows what he's talking about. But this one particular thing he was saying made a lot of sense to me, which was, it's a video about hybrid style videos, which is what he calls it, which is vlogging but with a story. Or if you're a list type person who makes list videos, you do that, but you also attach a story to it. Or in my case, I'm gonna continue to do my encouraging, uplifting, motivational type content, but I could attach it with a story such as my son told me about a neat nature park and I'm going to go see it. So let's go check it out and see if we can find it and see what the hubbub is all about that. But also to embed the regular content inside of that, right? So that it's kind of wrapped your content, which is your points you want to make or what you want to teach or what you want to talk about. Maybe somebody has a channel where they talk about TV shows or something, right? But you do that wrapped in a story, so the beginning and the end kind of are packaged inside of. Like in my case, I'm kind of developing this in my head as I speak it out and tell you. So you're kind of watching my brain come up with this idea. But I'm kind of thinking that the idea would be, that my son went to a really cool nature preserve and told me about it, and I want to go see if I can find it, if I can get to it, if I can locate what he was talking about, and then try and also discover what was so good about it. He said it was great, but he didn't tell me why. So maybe we try that this Saturday. We make a video that has my usual encouragement inside of it, and not something generic, but I'll have an actual point, but wrap it in some kind of story. Like, let's go see if we can find this thing. That might be kind of cool. All right, who is showing up in the chat? The chat's starting to roll. Green, green looks good on you, Gracie. That's true. I want to visit New Zealand and all the Lord of the Ring places. Yeah, that's cool if you like the movies. If you're into the movies and stuff, I want to go to New Zealand, but I don't have that much interest in seeing the stuff from the movies because I'm really a book guy, not a movie guy. I don't care that much about the movies, but I want to go to New Zealand because of all the camping. Camping in the wild is completely legal in New Zealand. You can pull over into any wild area and camp. It's completely legal in the entire country. And they have no predator animals, so there's no bears, no big cats, no dangerous animals at all in New Zealand, and very low crime. Sounds awesome. And the people have awesome accents, and they're all super nice. Every Kiwi we ever knew, like Catherine, they're all super nice. Allie had some blue jays in her yard today. Miss M is in the house. Hey, Miss M. Miss M, why is there a 96 on your username? What's the 96 mean? You camp here all the time and lived off-grid 7 years by rivers. Oh my goodness, I miss it. So Gracie, is Australia the same way? Are you allowed to camp off-grid, or can you camp wild, camp rough anywhere on the, as you're driving down the road and you see fields or woods or mountains or hills, are you allowed to just go anywhere off to the side and camp? Because you sure as heck can't do that here in America, man. You can only camp in either designated campgrounds that charge you, or there's some areas that are like BLM lands, Bureau of Land Management, which is owned by the government, and that place is campable. But we don't really have much of that down in Florida. We really don't have a lot of BLM land. And there is some areas of the Everglades you can go out into and put up a tent wherever you want to. Miss M woke up miraculously better, but it won't be long. Oh, you were born in 96. Miss M, you're a kid. You're a youngin'. Cool. I have a daughter who's named M. We have an Emily. You have to fake it till you make it, says M. M is smart. M's got a lot of wisdom. What are you guys having for dinner tonight? You guys already making dinner? Is it past dinner time? Well, I am really curious to see what happens with if people come to the second live stream having joined me today. I don't fault anybody who can't make it to 2. My off-grid shed is by the big Victoria Desert and the Little Desert National Park. There's a web page for Victoria, the state, and where to camp for free. Wow. That sounds pretty awesome. I learned to smoke pipes from a YouTuber named Mutton Chop Piper. I wonder if Pops and Mike have ever heard of the Mutton Chop Piper. His YouTube channel has taught thousands of people about the joys of pipe smoking. This is the first pipe I've had in, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks, I think. I haven't lit a pipe in quite a long time. I think I might have had a pipe in a video a month ago or so. I forget. I don't know. I don't smoke that much. Maybe once or twice a month. Can't smoke in the house. And as it gets into the summertime, it gets too hot. Cheese and crackers. Sushi. That's hilarious that you guys are sitting next to each other having completely different foods. Sushi for one, cheese and crackers. Whoa, Gen X is living large. Steak with baked potatoes and broccoli. You keep the broccoli, I'll take the rest. Miss M, my Emily, was born in 95, and my Nathan was born in 96. Dylan, born in 93. You were a young mama. We had our kids early, too. Almost all of our kids were born in our 20s. We had 4 kids in our 20s. But then in our 30s, we had 2 more in our very early 30s. 2 more, so a total of 6. And they are currently range in age from early 20s to early 30s. So you can figure out how old I am now. You're making blueberry banana muffins. Oh my goodness. I should make muffins. I've got blueberry muffins in there I could be making. Miss M had hot wings. Awesome. Gracie wants lasagna for dinner tonight, but that's a ways off for you because it's still early breakfast. You should be thinking about lunch. What are you going to do for lunch, Gracie? Breakfast, dinner, bacon, eggs, hash browns, and blueberry muffins. Wow, Allie. Today's Wednesday, so that means I went to the breakfast restaurant with all my buddies. I've been going to breakfast with the same group of guys for over 25 years. Told you guys some of that in the video. I was talking about that. And I had 3 eggs over easy on rye toast and coffee. It was unbelievable. Oh, Dana's allergic to fish. That's interesting. I like fish. I especially love fish and chips. That's usually haddock or cod. Battered. So good with tartar sauce. Jen has breakfast for dinner. I love that too. What's your favorite breakfast cereal? I bet everybody here has a different breakfast cereal. I bet we won't get 2 people who like the same breakfast cereal. I'm going to call Raisin Bran right now. I love Raisin Bran. That's mine. Put it in the chat. Tell me what your favorite is. Miss M's sister was born in 05. Wow, so there's a good 10-year difference between you two. That's like my youngest boy and my oldest daughter. They're about 10 years apart. I'm getting a text message from my dad, which means he's not watching us. Yeah, I love blueberry muffins too, especially with tons of butter. We get that Amish roll butter, big old pile of butter rolled up together into a big thing, and then you cut it up and put it in a little container on the counter, you know. We don't keep our butter in the fridge either. We keep it nice and soft on the counter because we go through it fast enough that it doesn't go bad. Amish roll butter. So it's already really soft. And then you cut open the blueberry muffins across the top and drop a ton of butter down right in the top of it, and it just melts down in. Oh, I should make that tonight. But I got to go live in about an hour from now. Prefer a big lunch to a big dinner because nothing fits since I'm not moving. Miss M cute through cute little sister. All right, CL likes life. Miss M likes Reese's Puffs, which I've never even heard of. Oh, you were adopted. Cool. That's awesome, Gracie. You're adopted. How special is that? Somebody wanted you on purpose. Big families are so nice no matter the ages. I agree. Miss M says, Grace, I was adopted as well. We got 2 adoptees. That's awesome. My parents adopted my sister. That's so cool. Well, we got some pictures. Some messages held for review. Let's see what's in here. Mike said, hello, Big D, and it got held for review. Big D got held for review. That's hilarious. All right, I'm going to say okay to show both of those. We've got to be careful saying Big D, because apparently YouTube holds Big D. Well, guys, it's been an hour. This has been a great time. This t-shirt, by the way, says Chevrolet on it. It's got a spark plug with the wings. I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers, guy who works on those pickup trucks like I want to get, the Chevy trucks. And he had this exact shirt on. It's got the Roman numerals for 1911, which is when Chevy was founded. I said, man, that's a cool shirt. And I asked AI to find me the shirt, and it found me a link on Amazon for that exact shirt. What a time to be alive. You see a video on YouTube, you take a screenshot, show it to the AI, and he goes, yeah, it's right here. Here's a link. Amazon. Here you go. Help yourself. $19 t-shirt. What a time to be alive. We are really living in the future. No, Lori, I know you didn't hold that. That's what's really funny. You didn't have to hold those. YouTube saw Big D and said, whoop, that's a bad word. I'm going to hold it. That's what was making me laugh. It's even funnier. One of us is going to have Graciela, and one of us is going to have Miss M as guests on a live stream. And they can tell us their story, right? Their story about growing up and what it was like being adopted and growing up in a family like that. I'll have to have you guys as guests. I stopped doing guests on live stream, didn't I? Guests are fun. Oop, this message is held for review. Let's show that one. So, Gracie said, Lori, it happens automatically. YouTube flabs words, and the problem is the color black in Spanish is negro. And then that got held. So that got held because she was explaining that it gets held. That's pretty funny. Well, you guys are invited to be guests on a live stream. If you don't want to, I totally understand. But if you do want to come on sometime and talk and tell your story, I'd be interested in hearing it, and I know everybody else would too. But even better, maybe you just go live on your own channel. Well, there's an idea. Make some videos on your own channel and go live and tell your story, because I know people would like them. Yeah, that was funny, Gracie. Can't say black stormy skies. No, definitely. Not in Spanish, you can't. All right, well, I'm going to call it a night. I wonder if I can see any statistics on this page. Let's see here. 15 people watching right now. No idea how many people have dropped in and looked and left. I don't see a button for statistics or anything. We'll find out after it's over. Miss M, you 100% should go live, even though it does scare you. It scares everybody. But I promise you, it doesn't hurt. And your first live is going to feel awkward to you, but it won't feel that way to other people who are watching, I promise. And just come up with a couple things you want to talk about beforehand and write them down on a piece of paper so you don't forget. Let's take one more little walk around the garden for somebody, in case any of you guys joined and missed it. I'll take a little walk. Let me put some of this stuff down here. Put that down. I'm gonna put my phone down, so I'm not gonna see any more comments you guys are gonna say, but I'll go back and read them later tonight. But let's grab this phone. Let's take us a little walk. One last walk through the garden as the sun is just about to go behind the building over there. Pretty much is gone down behind the building. So I've got my little walking path. I basically laid my garden to create a walking path, and you can see it's sort of gray or sort of dirt and everything because I walk through this way as I water everything all the time. Here's the little bird feeder I was telling you about, and then here's the other one. You can see my little bird feed side and side of there. And hanging below that, we have marigolds and marigolds. And then down below, marigolds, 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 and bougainvillea. I don't know what these little pretty white flowers are called. They remind me of baby's breath that you would put like on a guy's prom tuxedo, you know, on a boutonniere. I don't know what they're called. They're pretty. I like them. They came in a wildflower package from Lowe's or something. These are pentas, which the butterflies go absolutely crazy for. And then here we have our marigolds. We have marigolds. We have marigolds. These are the shamrocks that I got, and they're all closed up right now, but they're opened up in the daytime. Those white flowers open up. But these are shamrocks. So big, gigantic clovers, really. And down there is some marigolds. This looks like a bare patch, but I've actually planted a ton of marigolds down inside that area, so I'm hoping that those will start to sprout. But I don't see any little sproutlings coming up yet, but that was just 2 days ago. A ton of marigolds. These are called rock trumpets. Rock trumpets are fun. They kind of like are an attacking vine, so they go all crazy. I've kind of got them wrapped all over the place on this pole here. You can see my fairy lights and my little bee house. I hung this bee house up, but I got no bees. They're not showing up. So I don't think the bees are going to come. But if they wanted to, they could. But these vines on the rock trumpet, they attack everything. So you have to kind of always keep watching out, or it'll climb all over the place. I gave it a pole to climb up. Here's this one will probably open up tomorrow, and it'll be a big, beautiful, explosive red flower. Those are nice. And back there is a little Christmas tree that I got from Publix that I kept. And I got to be careful, make sure it doesn't germinate and grow through the bottom, because I don't want a tree growing here. Marigolds, marigolds, marigolds. These are, what are these called? These are going to bloom. Oh, zinnias. Yeah, these are zinnias. And marigolds. And then I've got this ladder. I took a step stool here. And sorry I'm throwing you guys all over the place. I know that's got to be jarring. So I took a step stool. Each one of those pots has marigolds growing. Everything you see down there is marigolds growing in all of those pots. Marigolds, marigolds. I don't know what those are called. I bet Granny knows what those are called. I can't remember, but they have these like balls, right? These thistle balls, and then after a little while they explode into these pretty red flowers. I don't know what those are called. These pots, they got marigolds coming in. These are my Thanksgiving mums. I bought these mums here at Thanksgiving at Publix. They were like in a flower pot. I hung them, and I didn't think they were going to bloom again, but just this past week they started blooming, and there's a couple of little buds down here that are starting to get ready, and there's some buds on the end of this. It'll be 1, 2. So I guess mums come back I didn't know if mums come back at the end of the year or not. Now I gotta look up and tell you guys what these are called. I forget what these are called. They're all closed up right now because it's sun's gone down. But my friend Dawn gave me these, and they're self-seeding. Basically, I need to just get them to take off a little bit, and then I'll go plant them somewhere where they can live, and they're pretty nice. But there's a little path. You can see over there next door, there's a condominium building right across the parking lot over there. That's where all the kids were playing all the time. There's a condo next door to me. And we've got residential neighborhood houses all around on that side. All around on that side. Homes, houses, houses, homes, houses, homes. But then over here, condominium building. And they do get pretty rowdy sometimes. Especially the kids. But, you know, those kids mean well. That's fine. Well, there's our last little tour of the garden. Thank you for hanging out in the garden party tonight. I guess I could take one last look at the chat. Is there anything I missed? Everybody saying good night to each other. That's awesome. You guys are being friendly. Very good. All right, well, I will see you again in about an hour. Gives us just enough time to go find something else to watch. Oh, I got to make blueberry muffins, right? Yes, that's what we'll do next. Blueberry muffins. Suzuki, by the way, has been watching me through the kitchen window this entire time. Ooh, cardinal. Squirrel. She's been watching me through this entire time, looking through the window. So we will see her at 8 o'clock tonight. All right, thanks everybody. I'm gonna turn off the live stream. I'll see you later. Where's the button to stop it?